Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to a Caranthir Tower Reborn guide video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the location of all 10 hidden snow globes throughout the mod, as people have been requesting this video in the comments section and still have not found them. So if you've already gone ahead and found them, there's probably no need to watch this video, but you can if you wish. You're free to stay. And of course, if you would rather find them on your own and you don't want any spoilers or anything ruining the mod, then I strongly recommend that you stop the video here. So for those of you that are staying, strap in and get ready to discover the location of the snow globes. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is make sure you've got the tower risen, as I have here, and you have access to the tower. I've gone ahead and activated all of the portals, so I've got free reign around everywhere. I haven't got to find any Welkynd Stones. And I also have just made some changes to the MCM, tidied the place up a bit and put some banners up, as you can see. So we are good to go. Now, the first 6 snow globes you'll be able to find without any problems, without having to restore anything, craft anything, or even hire anybody. So I'm just going to cover the first 2 on the exterior here. These are really easy to find. So if we just go ahead here to this bush, see one of the rocks has dropped down from the tower rising, and just by this bush here you'll see we've got the ice race snow globe. Now before I pick this up, hey, Space Engineer's announcement, that's nice. Middle of a video. Caranthir Tower Reborn. And if you go to your progression section, you'll see everything is currently undiscovered. You can keep track of not only how many snow globes you have found, but the exact ones that you have found. And then you've got your other collectibles here. Now I might do a video in the future for the other stuff as well, but for now we're just going to focus on the snow globes. So as you can see, everything's undiscovered, and we'll keep track of that. So I'm going to pick this one up. See, it says unlocked conjure ice wraith. For those of you that may not be aware, you unlock the ability to conjure the creature that's in the snow globe that you find at the altar of conjuration. So, yeah. We will head up here now as well. And the other one is also hidden within the bushes that some of you may not spot. And this is the magic anomaly snow globe. There we go. Unlocked the ability to conjure that. And if we go into our MCM, under progression, you'll see those have been marked as now found. So now what I'm going to do is pop inside to the next location for our next snow globe. Okay, so the next snow globe is a slightly sneaky one, and it's inside the library, which you can access via the portal. And if we go up to the fireplace, you'll see that I have hidden it just inside of here. So this is the Spider Daedra snow globe. Pick that one up. And we've unlocked that ability. So now what I'm going to do is head to the vault using the portal. Okay, so here we are in the vault, and if I look dead ahead here, under these crates, and go over, crouch down, you'll see that I've hidden a snow globe for the Ancient Frost Atronach, which appeared in the game Oblivion. And that can now be conjured at the Altar of Magic. And we'll just go over and open up this vault door. Now this vault does remain empty for quite some time, but it can be filled, and I'm not going to tell you how in this video. But yeah, this is a bit dark, so I am going to use the phosphorescent spell. That can be found at the entrance. Light the room up, and if you just look up, you'll see that there is another snow globe up there. Now you can either jump up and grab it, or you can actually get a little more creative. And yeah, I've got Fireball equipped. And use a firebolt to knock it down. Sometimes this doesn't work, sometimes it does. There we go. So that's knocked down. Pick that up. And I have Conjure Werewolf. So now I'm going to make my way to the balcony via the mage quarters, as that's the location of the next snow globe. So I've made my way to the mage quarters via the portal, and I'm going to head out to the balcony. But one thing to note first of all is make sure you have not concealed the tower using the spell that you can create at the Altar of Magic, because if the tower is concealed, then you don't have access to the balcony, you can't actually get to it. So I'm just going to head outside and find the other snow globe. Pretty snowy out here. I'm just going to go to this pillar here, and if you look behind it, you'll find the Wisp Mother snow globe. Collect that. Just go back to the MCM, Caranthir Tower Reborn, progression, You can see that as we're collecting them, we've got the Frost Atronach, the Anomaly, the Ice Wraith, Spider Deirdre, got the Werewolf and the Wisp Mother. We've still got a Spriggan Matron, Frost Spider, Deirdroth, and the Secret Snow Globe, which is the last one that you have to find. Now, the next set of snow globes are going to require certain things to be done, so I'm going to go ahead and head to the Forge, which is where we're going to need to recruit the Forge Master until we can continue collecting snow globes. So the next snow globe is in the dormitory, hidden within one of the wardrobes, and the specific wardrobe that it's hidden in belongs to the Forge Master. Now, those of you that don't know, the wardrobes will unlock as you recruit certain members for the tower. So once we recruit the Forge Master, we'll have access to his wardrobe and we'll be able to get the snow globe. And the other snow globes that we're going to need to get, one or two have the similar sort of conditions, so we need to basically build up some of the tower so that we can gain access to the snow globes. Now, just to get this one, I am going to go ahead and recruit the Forge Master using the ledger here in the Forge. He'll arrive in 2 days, so I'm just going to wait for 2 days now. Okay, so 2 days later, the dog and the Forge Master have both arrived, so you've got nice Smoke over here. Hello there, Smoke. How you doing? Now, we don't need to talk to the Forge Master just yet. We don't need to do any work on the tower. We are going to go and get our snow globe first. So let's make our way to the dormitory using the portal. Now, if you're wondering why certain effects aren't playing, it's because I've changed options in the MCM system so that we just get things done a little bit quicker. So if we head to his wardrobe and look down, you'll see there is the Deirdroth snow globe, and that one has now unlocked. Okay, so I mentioned that what we're going to need to do is start restoring the tower before we can actually gain access to getting some of these other snow globes. So I'm going to do it the nice easy way and talk to Sodar.
Bring your victory, friend. This better be good.
And I'm going to have him restore a room for me.
The coin always greases the wheels.
And this time around we are going to get him to do the Alchemy Lab.
Gold solves most problems, doesn't it?
And that is going to take 12 hours to complete. So we're just going to wait 12 hours and then make our way to the Alchemy Lab and find the next snow globe. Okay, so the Alchemy Lab has indeed been restored by Sodar. However, there is one thing that Sodar does not do, and that is plant all of the seeds for the garden in the center of the Alchemy Lab. And we're going to need those seeds planted, and we're going to need all the plants fully grown until we can get the next snow globe. So a lot of people didn't actually know how this is done, but you just go over to the alchemy stations here, pick up the garden seeds and activate them in your inventory. And then you'll have to wait around 3 days until all of the seeds grow a ton of plants. So I'm just going to go and do that now. And here we are, 3 days later, and all of the garden has now fully grown. And if we just go around to the front and look within all of the plants, specifically the Bleeding Crown, you will see that I sneakily hid a Spriggan Matron snow globe in there, so that can now be conjured as well. And the next one, we are going to need the librarian, so this is going to take some hiring of staff. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, restore the library fully, and anything else that I'm going to need restored, and then I'm going to go ahead and recruit the librarian, and we will gain access to the next snow globe. Okay, so what I went ahead and did is ask Sodar to restore a number of rooms for me, as I'm not really the crafting type. I'm a bit lazy with this character. And I got him to, first of all, restore the library for me, as we're going to need the librarian recruited. And then I got him to restore the mage quarters and also the dormitory. We need the dormitory because obviously there needs to be living quarters before we can recruit people. The library to get the librarian so he's got somewhere to work. And of course the mage quarters because of the ledger over here, which we are now going to use to recruit our librarian. So that is going to take 2 days, just like Sodar did. So I'm going to wait around for 2 days, and then I'm going to make my way to the location of our next snow globe. Okay, so here I am with Smoke in the dormitory, and as you can see, we have people sleeping because it's currently like nearly 2 AM in the morning. So Sodar's in bed, and also our new librarian Archfon is also sleeping, and we are just going to sneak into his chest here. So you can only gain access to this chest once he's hired. That's why we have to go through all the trouble of getting everything crafted, restored. And if you open up his chest, you'll see inside the next snow globe in there, which is the giant frostbite spider. So I'm going to pick that up, and then you should, if you've collected all the snow globes so far, get this wonderful message saying you have collected 9 snow globes to find the final snow globe, can be discovered, and once it is, a special summon awaits you on the altar of magic. So you can continue on. Close the chest, and now we want to make our way back to the balcony. So I've made my way back to the balcony, and I'm just going to look at my nice throne here. And as you can see, there's a new snow globe that was not there before, called the Falvarlock snow globe. And this is going to be your personal dragon that you can now conjure at the altar of magic, and we'll see that working shortly. So we'll pick that up. We now have all of the snow globes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can of course take a look at them. Pretty cool. Quite nice, some of these, and it will show you what you can conjure. And if we go into the MCM, under progression, you'll see we now have all of them found, and it's even told you what that last one was. Now what I'm going to do is head to the altar of magic and show you conjuring Falvarlock. But one thing to note is to use the altar of magic, you are of course going to need the mage tallow candles. Those are hidden somewhere in the vault, which I'm not going to show you. They are pretty easy to find. There's no point going ahead and showing you. So it's time to get the lobby restored and then head there. So I'll go ahead and do all of that now. Right then, here we are at the altar of magic, and before I continue, I just want to mention one thing that people have been completely confused about. These paintings on the walls here have nothing to do with the paintings that you find in the vault. They are in fact very much linked to the altar of magic. Now what it is when you conjure some of the creatures that you found the snow globes for, and ones that are available by default like the Storm Atronach, once you conjure them, the paintings will fill with pictures of those creatures. So one of those creatures happens to be Falvarlock, the one that we have just unlocked by finding all 10 snow globes. And what I'll do afterwards is I will just quickly show you the paintings with all of the pictures on them. But first we are going to conjure our dragon. So if you go in here, you will see that we have Falvarlock there, and we are going to need some dragon scales and dragon bones. So I'm just going to get those added to my inventory. There we go. Now what I've done for this, I have re-enabled animations, which you may or may not have noticed I have had disabled throughout this video, just to speed things up, because the animation here can be pretty cool. So I am going to conjure Falvarlock. Do a cool animation. And of course, sometimes the effect works, sometimes it doesn't. That's something that's actually going to be fixed in 2.0. But yeah, you will conjure Falvarlock, which is pretty cool. He is now your personal dragon. You may have noticed the notification that we got there saying that we have had something added. A cool power called Command Falvarlock. So if we just use this. You blow the horn, and you can call him back. So if he disappears for some reason, you can have him sort of spawn back at the tower. You can have him land on the tower, you can have him protect the tower, and you can have him land at the entrance, or you can do riding of Falvarlock, which is pretty cool. It uses the Dragonborn riding of dragons, so there's not really anything custom going on there. You can't properly control him. It's literally just limited to the way that Dragonborn does it, which is still pretty awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him to protect the tower. So we'll now orbit the tower, which is cool. You'll see he just flies around it. And he should protect the tower against other enemies and such. I'm just going to use that again. And I'm going to get him to land on the tower. Might have just heard that thump. If you are on the balcony, it's pretty epic if you're actually standing up on there and you look up. So if we just COC to the balcony and look up, we'll see him on the tower. Let's go into TFC there. And that's a picture right there. So yeah, you can ride him and all sorts, which is pretty epic. So the final thing to show you is the paintings that I said, and one other thing. So if you look now, because I have conjured these creatures here, the Wisp Mother, the Ice Wraith and the Storm Atronach that you might just be able to catch up there by the Altar of Magic, I have some nice unique paintings of those creatures that have appeared. And of course, because we just conjured our own personal dragon, there is a dragon painting up there as well, which really just helps to complete this room. And if you go over here, you can actually store your snow globes in a nice little display, which I'm going to go ahead and do now. Which is really cool. And that is it for this Caranthir Tower Reborn guide video. I do plan on doing some more maybe later on for things like the alien coins and a few collectibles that can be pretty difficult to find. However, if you have already gone ahead and found them, then congratulations. It's not easy. I have hidden things quite sneakily. You can, of course, go and check out Couch Warrior TV's walkthrough, which is absolutely fantastic. Really great fun and hours of entertainment, and will guide you through a lot of this. So, yeah, I hope you found this video useful. Please let me know in the comments section below. You can, of course, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Please check me out on my social media. Facebook's where I post most stuff. You can also catch me live streaming, especially if you follow my Steam group, where you'll get instant notifications at the time if that's something that you're interested in. And you can check out my website at www.darkfox127.co.uk, where all the links will be to everything and some other creators that you might be interested in, and all sorts of other things. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.